100k on Sarah Greenheart, so Shadow Knights and Paladins aren't doing 100k DPS.
That's sounds like something I should look into when I get back. That should not be happening.
Oh, come on.
First, I agree that Legionnaire's conviction is overpowered, and I have a paladin. Second, I have some Templar questions because my raid main is a Templar. First, I agree with the mitigation issue he was talking about. Second, Sanctuary is not giving full immunity all the time, and last time I looked, immune doesn't affect you. When you take damage, it fails a lot more than 1% of the time.
I'm hoping it's not the random number generator, but we'll take a look when we get back. I don't have an answer for that one off the top of my head.
We've noticed it in PCAL, the stun that the drogue drop. Sometimes the Sanctuary just doesn't work. I've also noticed that it tended in TSO, if it wasn't curable, Sanctuary didn't make you immune. But that rule seems to no longer apply in Sentinel's Fate.
I'll have to test it when I get back. I don't know off the top of my head.
Final question. Templars have an AA line that lets you use Divine Arbitration outside of your group. It'd be super cool if we could do a death intervention outside of group as well.
Well, next expansion stuff hasn't been determined yet, so I can definitely put it on the list of things that I know players would like to see.
Hi, Alexander from Test. Why can't mages get approved to cure arcane?
The group arcane, the cure arcane that mages get is usually for themselves. We don't have any plans on putting a group cure in yet, but I can add it to the list of things that players would like to see.
Alright, if you guys are going to look at the coercion pet, can you look at the illusionist pet and make it comparable then?
Yeah.
I'll definitely look at both at the same time.
So it stops casting messes during raids. That'd be great too.
We can look into the brain on the illusionist pet. I'm not sure how it works right now. The AI.
It doesn't work.
Alright, I play a Warden at Dirge, but my Warden, I cannot cast Infuriating Thorns on myself, and I'm just wondering if that could be changed. My mythical clicky.
The stone skin?
It's the 3 trigger stone skin.
I don't see why not.
Thank you.
Hey, I got a couple of questions with a few ideas. One is, why are Zerkers so underlooked compared to all the other tanks? As far as survivability and whatnot goes, they're the bottom end of everything. And on DPS wise, they're actually the lowest right now out of all the tanks. My auto attack. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm sorry people don't know how to play the game right. Okay, my Zerker.
Hold on. Let's hold the pitchforks and the torches for a second here.
Alright, right now my Zerker's sitting at about 116 crit, about 50 crit bonus, and about 50 potency. And I'm auto-attacking for only, on average, 5k, 6k. I'm in nothing but tier 3 rating guild, or tier 3 raid armor.
This is a tough room, man.
I know. Basically is what it is the base weapon mod is bugged and it needs to be looked at.
We can take a look at the base weapon mod if you think there's an issue there.
There is definitely an issue there. And then my other, I have another thing, a weapon counter. Instead of having it just be a clicky with 3 triggers, can you just add it into the defensive buff? It'll actually make it comparable to a SK. So.
We can write it down and take a look when we get back.
Okay, not to beat a dead horse, but I'm going to go here anyways. I'm going to be a little more clear about this than the other person was. Why on earth did you give Conjurer's EB without any negative repercussions to such a powerful spell that is on par with Life Burn?
The goal was that it would kill the pet by ripping aggro. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. However, Elemental Blast is a Sentinel's Fade AA, which is going to, by its very nature, be more powerful than an Echoes of Fade AA.
Okay, so then are you gonna, since Life Burn was adjusted down considerably, are you having any plans on actually putting it back to where it was so that it's a viable on par with what EB is? Seeing as how we have to be healed through it the entire time?
We can look at balance between the Conjurers and the Necromancers. I have to do it when I get back, obviously.
Okay. One last thing. Sorry. Undead Horde. There's you have 2 different versions. Basically, you've got the standard version. You have the extended through the AA. The problem is that there's hardly ever any dead bodies left unless they have loot on them. So what happens is everything disappears. So you put AA into it to get the extra mobs, it's fine, but it's supposed to be up to, I think it's 12. Why can it be changed so that that's up all the time, seeing as how they're either A, constantly being dispelled, or B, constantly being killed outright for a spell that takes, even though you reduced it from 15 to 10?
Well, they shouldn't be being dispelled, and I'll have to take a look at that one when I get back, because they shouldn't be. As for the corpses, on raids, the corpses should be there in groups. I know they'll be disappearing pretty quickly. The 3 that you get from the AA should be staying up all the time, and even without the extra corpses, so I'll have to take a look at that when we get back as well. That may be a bug.
We can maybe take a look at letting the dead bodies hang around longer.
On Cure Curse, is there any chance that it could be either the timer on it, reuse timer, be reduced, or have it to where if it's cast and somebody in your group has already cast it, that it will not take that charge? It'll do like the Resurrect and say that it's already cast.
That was actually asked during the Q&A, and I'll answer it again here. We'll definitely take a look at making it work like a resist. I'm not 100% sure on that one. As for the amount of curses, we're also going to be taking a look at that one too.
My question is about Coercer, the Possessed Essence pet. And basically it's, have you thought about doing a Possessed Essence pet that persists through death as long as you stay in the same zone? Basically what it amounts to is say, I possess a pet at the beginning of a raid, we mow through all the names through the zone, but we wipe to the last guy. Well, all of a sudden I have nothing to possess anymore because all the trash is dead and you can't possess a named mob. So a possessed pet that will persist through death that I can, when I am res, I can still have that pet to fight with on the last guy.
I don't see an issue with that. I mean, changing it.
Hey, one of the things that I've noticed throughout my playing various classes is that there's some glaring differences in the ability of certain classes to handle AoE encounters. I was kind of wondering why it is that bards especially seem to have 0 AoEs. I mean, out of encounter. Seems a little odd, especially considering, the whole lore aspect of it is supposed to be sound as a weapon.
that's definitely something we can consider.